Hello and welcome back to Solidworks Station. I'm Stuart and I'm going to be taking you through tutorial 3 where we're going to look at some extruded cuts and we're going to look at some threads as well. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and add any comments below. Let's get started. The first thing that I want to look at is this edge and this edge on this side. I'm not too happy with it. It's too sharp at the moment. I want to put a fillet in that. So I'm going to go to the Features tab. I'm going to go to the Flyer option on Fillet and choose Fillet. Bit of a recap from last lesson. We're going to choose the first one, Constant Size Fillet, and we're going to pick up these edges. Orbiting around the model, don't forget, using the middle mouse button. And I'm going to select my fillet parameter size as 5mm. I'm going to press the green tick, and as you can see, that's much better, much smoother. The next thing we're going to look at is creating an extruded cut through this face of 30mm and an extruded cut circular hole through this face of 15mm. We're then going to thread the 15mm hole. Okay, so let's get started with the extruded cut. So we're going to click on the surface that we're interested in to start off with. So we're going to left click on this face. We get several options available for us. We're going to go to normal 2. We're going to go to sketch, circle. There is a flyer option for 2 options. We're going to choose circle, and you're going to go and sketch a circle just anywhere on that surface for the time being. We now need to smart dimension it. So smart dimension, hover over the circumference, it'll turn orange, left click and left click again, and you get the option to change it. We want this to be 30mm. Green tick. Now you'll notice down here on this particular grey bar it says that this sketch is underdefined. We want this to be a fully defined sketch, so we need to add some more dimensions. So from the centre of this circle to this edge, I want that to be 35, which it is already, so I'm going to press the green tick. And then from the centre of the circle to this bottom edge, I want this to be 30. So I'm going to change that value now to 30 and green tick. You'll now notice that it says fully defined for the sketch, so that's good. We can now make a feature out of this, and this particular sketch is sat in the right location. So we can go to features now. We can go to extruded cut. We've got several options in here. We want to change blind to through all, and just make sure that this arrow is pointing through the model from this surface going back to this back surface, which it is. If you find it's not and it's pointing the other way, it's because this button has been selected, which is the reverse direction button. You just click on that, it'll flip the direction the other way, and we're ready to accept. So green tick, and there's the first hole that's been placed through there. We're going to do the same again on this surface, so a little bit of a recap. We're going to left click, we're going to go normal 2, sketch, circle, draw the circle anywhere to start off with, then start applying smart dimensions. So left click on the circumference, this needs to be 15. From the centre of the circle to this edge is 35, and from the centre of the circle to this bottom edge I want this to be 30. Once we've done that, we're going to press features, we're going to go to extruded cut, and we're going to say through all. We're just going to check again that the arrow's pointing down, which it is, and we're going to accept that with a green tick. And there's our second hole that has been produced. So the final thing to do for tutorial 3 is to place the thread through this 15mm diameter hole. So in features, we're going to go to the hole wizard. There's a black arrow, which is a flyout option. We have hole wizard, advanced hole or thread. We're going to choose thread. It's asking me now for the thread location. The thread location is this edge of the circle. Okay, I'll just zoom in to show you a little bit clearer. So this edge. So left click. Okay, now we need to start changing some of the specifications. So type, okay, we need that to say metric tap. Okay, size. Now this is picked this up because I've done this tutorial before, as a little practice. It says M16 1.5. That's correct. That's the right metric size for this drilled 15mm hole. It's an M16. We're going to go with M16 1.5. Okay, we then have to make sure that the thread is passing all the way through the model. The best way I think you can do that is by pressing the space bar, left clicking on a side view, and you can see there it's passing through the bottom of it, but it isn't really passing all the way through the top. So to do that, we need to turn offset on. We need to maintain the thread length, and we need to reverse the direction. Okay, and I've put 10mm in there. So what's actually happened is this is still 40mm, which we put in here because we've maintained the thread length. We've chosen to offset a value of 10mm, not in this direction. We've reversed the direction, so we've gone 10mm in this direction, and that's just to make sure that that thread, that metric tap, runs all the way through the base. So we're going to click on the green tick, and there we have it. There's our metric tapped hole of 15mm and our extruded cut hole of 30mm. That's been it for tutorial 3. Join me again on Solidworks Station, where we'll go through some rendering of this particular part, and we'll also look at how to get drawings out of this particular part as well. Thank you very much, and see you next time.